Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the San Diego State versus Wyoming college basketball matchup on Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. Of course, if you like our free picks at Pickdawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use the discount code PICK for 15% off. If you are to make big bets and you're looking for that concierge style service, that one-on-one help, we have that service for you. It's called the Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays. Text the number that you see on the screen. These are not available on the website, but let's get to this one. San Diego State taking on Wyoming. San Diego State 15-4 on the season. This is a team that went to the NCAA finals last year. I say that in every video because they did. And the thing is that once again, San Diego State fairly lightly regarded, and they are this way every single season. Different names, different players. The system remains the same, and I'll tell you what, the performance generally remains the same as well. This team is a tough out. The only difference between this San Diego State team and the San Diego State teams that we've seen in recent years is that the point spreads are a lot bigger in their games because people know what they're capable of because they saw them, last year make that run in the tournament. Of course, we've known this for years and have been cashing on the Aztecs in great value spots, but the value seems to have left the building these days. They are perfect 9-0 at home, 5-2 against the number at home. So there certainly is some value here, but they're 7-9-1 overall against the spread. So, the odds makers just not letting us, not giving us nearly as much wiggle room as we've gotten in the past. Meanwhile, Wyoming, not as good a team as we've seen from them in recent years either. 10-8 on the season, 0-6 straight up and against the number on the road. This team's just 5-11 against the number, which leads to this gigantic point spread that we're looking in this specific game. When we look at, the tail of the tape and, exactly why we're looking at, these records and all that stuff, Wyoming winning their last two games, beating Fresno, and then beating Nevada 98-93 as a 7-point dog. But both those wins were at home. When we saw them on the road against Utah State, they got absolutely crushed, getting 15, getting 16.5 at New Mexico. And they had beaten San Jose State as a 5.5-point favorite, but didn't cover as a 19.5-point dog at BYU. So we know that Wyoming on the road, as I said earlier, 0-6 straight up and 0-6 against the number. They have not really held up. Meanwhile, San Diego State coming off of a 1-point loss against Boise, they were getting a point in that game. So actually it was a push. If you really shopped in or got in at the right time, you actually covered with San Diego State. But this team has not covered in 3 of their last 4 games. Last cover was also a win over Nevada. I think what we've seen from Wyoming is they certainly might be a little bit better than what the numbers indicate, and that's because they can hoist that 3 at the tune of almost 40%, but we know that San Diego State, that is where they live, right? They guard the perimeter and guard the floor so well. They make every trip down the court very, very tough. On the other side, they're certainly not world beaters on offense, and that's why laying this many points, even against a Wyoming team, just seems like a tall order. I'm going to take the points with Wyoming, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com, 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.